Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series videos I do for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff and drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I should have done this review earlier in the day, but I wasn't hungry and I was watching martial arts movies. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my back room today, which means we get, boom, Peter Can Thunderbolt poster. Whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I am doing something else. What is it? Oh, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. And folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today? It happens to be my Yu Yu Hakusho Chapter Black shirt. Really love this shirt. Love the design. It's, of course, based off of the famous comic book cover of the Infinity Gauntlet. Love that whole vibe. Yeah, I picked up this shirt a few years ago. 6 or 7, something like that. It's been a little bit now. Yu Yu Hakusho, by the way, it's an anime. Came out in the very early 90s, kind of around the same time as like Sailor Moon, DBZ, stuff like that. I didn't get to it until way later. It came over to American shores via Cartoon Network through like Toonami and Adult Swim in like the late 90s, early 2000s, something like that. And something about it just resonated with me. I just thought it was really cool, and I've been a huge fan ever since. And so, got a few shirts repping the Yu Yu Hakusho. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Why am I doing it so late in the day? Well, like I said, I'm just doing it late in the day because, like, I had the idea to do the review earlier, but it was like, well, I'm not that hungry right now, and I don't want to force myself to go over there and, just do a review for the sake of a review. And on top of that, like I said, I'm watching badass martial arts movies because I got a day off. But I'm hungry enough now that I was willing to pause the martial arts. And I don't know how well this is going to mix with that, but I'm reviewing, boom! It is from Samyang. This is their Buldak artificial spicy chicken flavor ramen, the Quattro cheese flavor. So, okay, yes. I've reviewed plenty of instant noodle things throughout the course of doing this show. I, in fact, have an entire playlist called Ramen Reviews where I just go over there and post up sort of instant food items and stuff. And I've even done some of the Buldak stuff. Typically, they're known for being very spicy. I don't know if this is going to continue with that or what have you, but I'm down for it. I will say, point of contention, though. I was looking over the instructions on this, and they were like, oh, just pour the water, to the fill line, pop it in the microwave. And, like, I spent, like, a solid 2 minutes looking for the fill line. Like, I busted out the light on my phone. I'm like, what the hell's going... Like, there's no fill line inside this thing. So I just did it a little over the noodles, because that's typically where the fill line is. We're just going to go with that. But, let's go ahead, get a thing. Unfortunately, the lighting is not the best, but it just kind of is what the hell it is, folks. I don't have the best lighting for the back room at the moment. Maybe one day it'll be my studio, but looks like this, and we'll kind of go, ha, 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 ha. Let's give it a go. I go. Still very hot. That's good. Oh, that's spicy. Yeah, okay. But it's not unreasonably spicy. Like, I've reviewed some of, like, the really spicy Buldak stuff, because I think, emphasis on think, when the whole Korean instant ramen, like, spicy ramen thing became, like, a trend, like, probably around 5 or 6 years ago, around the same time I got this shirt, I think Buldak was or like Samyang or whatever it was, I think they were like the company at the time that had, that was like the big challenge. But as time has gone by, kind of two things have happened. One is that there's been even more and more spicy ramens. And then the other thing is like Buldak has kind of like expanded beyond that, at least coming over to America. They probably had more variety to begin with. We're kind of just getting it now here in America. And I feel feel like that's what this is. Like, it's definitely still spicy. To the extent where, like, if you're not into spicy stuff, I could see this being a little bit of a thing for you. But it's nowhere near as spicy as some of the other crazy spicy ramens I've had. Again, you can look those up in that playlist I was talking about, ramen reviews. This has some heat to it, and it's like a proper full mouth heat. It's definitely similar to what I've had from Buldak in the past, but it just doesn't go to that level. And I don't know if that's just because of like the cheesiness of it helping to rein it in, or if it's just whatever they did or didn't put in the packet of the hot stuff. But this is a much more manageable heat. It's a much more eatable bowl of instant ramen. And yeah, honestly, it's really good. This for me hits really nicely. I like spicy ramen. I typically don't go in for like the crazy spicy stuff because that shit is like, to the people who can just eat that casually, y'all are on another level than I am. I'm fully willing to give you that one. But yeah, for me personally, I'm much more like, I like it to have some heat. I like to get a little oomph from it. This is where this is like kind of on the cusp of my tolerance level. It's nice. I like the heat that I'm getting from it. It doesn't feel obnoxious or abrasive with the heat. And then on top of that, I really like the creaminess of the noodles and like the mix-in and all that stuff. And I like the kind of spicy, cheesy flavor. Like, I'm actually really down with that. This is really good. This was worth the break in the martial arts movies. That's really tasty. But 2 questions have to be asked. 3 questions. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? What martial arts movie was I watching? Yes. Yes, with caveats. And I was watching a movie called Shoot Fighter 2 from like the mid-90s. I love martial arts movies so much. Originally, my channel actually was focusing on doing martial arts film reviews. If you go all the way back to when I first started my channel, that's originally what I was posting. Now I do food reviews. But no, I really like that. Like, that hits for me in a big way. And, I always like mention when I'm doing these ramen reviews, like, for me, I already have like a really nice stable of go-to ramens that, just work for me. They're just nice to have around the house because, sometimes I get off of work or what have you, and I can't be fucked, to do like a full thing. And having stuff around like that, it's just a nice little supplement, something I can just pop in real easily. So it's difficult for a new one to come in and break into that rotation. This will do that for that. This is one of those ones, I don't remember where I bought it, unfortunately, but this is one of those ones, if I see it, and as long as it's reasonably priced, I'll get it, because I really like that. Everything about it, I like the heat level, I like the flavor of it, and, it is a bigger bowl, so it's one of those things where it's like it's going to feel more filling and everything. So, works for me. If I'm recommending it, though, yes, but with caveats. Because, and I always mention this, when you're talking about, like, ramen and stuff, there's sort of kind of 2 people. You have, like, your people like me, who, let's be honest, are just lazy and can't be fucked all the time. And then you have people who are more sort of casual with their ramen, who aren't using it as like proper meals. They're just, maybe for lunch on work or something like that, or just, here or there type of thing. For people like me, as long as you're cool with the spicy ramen, and honestly, that's kind of where it could kind of go one way or the other for you, because if you're not into the spicy stuff, it's probably too spicy for you. But if you're one of like the crazy spicy lovers, I don't think it's going to reach those heights for you. But if you're like me, where you enjoy some heat, and at the same time, you don't want it to be too ridiculous, I think this works great. Conversely, if you are that person who, again, you're just using it here or there for, just a little supplement here or there, probably not. This one I could, maybe. if you're somebody who you're that type of person, but you do like a little bit of heat, this could maybe work for you. Like I said, I do like the flavor on it and everything, and like I think that it's really tasty. It's the only sort of barrier to entry is that heat. And if you want to go over there and have like a bigger bowl of ramen. So, but if nothing else, man, if it seems interesting to you, I'd say give it a shot. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, spend this rest of the year, folks. Go over there yourselves a truly Shoot Fighter 1 tastic rest of your life. Because Shoot Fighter 1 is better, objectively better than Shoot Fighter 2. Even though Shoot Fighter 2 is fun too. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, do you watch martial arts movies at all? If you do and you'd ever like to chat about it, please feel free to hit me up in the comments. Like, I'm a huge martial arts nerd. I have a nice collection of movies and stuff like that, that I've built up over the years and everything. And I just, whether it's, the old school Shaw Brothers stuff or, like the 90s karate stuff, pretty much across the board, I just enjoy it. So if you ever want to talk shop, hit me up.